All right, so welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is going to be for December 16th, Wednesday. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to this type of astrology, do check the description down below. All right, so the moon is shifting into Aquarius today. Much more about that free-spirited energy of being ourselves, maybe giving, contributing, sharing to a group. Could even be a progressive day or things relating to technology. Generally a good idea to work with that, but I think naturally our concern will be with this. And I think finding the middle path with, joining a group or, connecting with friends or, meeting people and being a part of things that we would normally consider larger than self, I think is a very good way of working with the energies here today, or progressive, generally speaking. So there's not a whole lot going on astrologically here. We are in the crescent phase, so still early phase of this lunar cycle of Ophiuchus. And with this sextile between the sun and moon, it can be quite easy for us to express ourselves, or easier. There's an opening for that, a gateway. And this is specifically involving perhaps the deeper aspects of life, which is where the sun has been transiting in Ophiuchus. It's what this whole lunar cycle is about. And the sun is shifting over that galactic center now over these next few days. So they could be quite transformative, especially in regards to how we express ourselves and what we're focused on. We could notice that maybe our focus is shifting. Maybe, we're understanding more about ourselves in that deeper level, which is then transformed as a result. And then over the coming week, the sun does shift into Sagittarius, which is much more expansive and that top-down perspective of life and understanding more about life in general. So still though, finishing up, I feel like with learning and perhaps a focus on what's really meaningful, healing, transformation, and everything that we might consider deep in our lives. So with that, the only aspect we have today is that Venus is getting close to a sextile with Pluto, and that's going to be tomorrow. So this is involving our relationships, Venus, it's involving our values and maybe even the financial or material things. So good positive energy from Pluto. In fact, Pluto's been quite supportive lately with his position there in Sagittarius. So, with relationships, I think it's a great day to change. I think it's a great day to look at new things in a new light and maybe even bring in those deeper aspects into them, right? That openness. And it really comes from, I think we can enjoy being open in general, being open with ourselves. And I think naturally that will transpire through those relationships. And I think naturally our values will change by that deeper discovery. So I think it's a great day to go deep. I think it's a great day to do any kind of change, particularly in those Venusian areas. And then through that, it can be a very nice sort of transformation. And of course, Venus is going into Libra, which is a much better placement for her to be in versus Virgo. So we'll probably notice that lift anyways, where there's more enjoyment to be had with those inner relationships, and maybe even our values and material aspects of life just become easier in some form or another. So that's pretty much it for the day. Big energy, I would say, is definitely Aquarius. Definitely change with those relationships and connections, and being ourselves in general, and maybe giving to anything we might consider innovative, progressive, or an ideal that gives back in some way with the moon in Aquarius. So I hope you guys have a great one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time. Take care.